All right, hi everyone. Welcome back to Glenn's Garage. I'm Glenn. Hey everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, before I forget, if you find any of this content, again, this content is purely for entertainment purposes. I am not a certified ASC mechanic. However, I have been wrenching on cars and my motorcycles for really decades. And a lot of this that I'm putting out is really kind of do-it-yourself. Easy maintenance to be able to do, and things that as I come along and I watch other Volvo channels as well, and take information from them and then kind of share it along. So many thanks to IPD USA, FCP Euro, and A1 Auto for all of their content. So we're here with the 2012 P1 platform, the C70, and I have basically what's been referred to, or what's known as the squeal of death. It basically, once the engine warms up, and I posted a video earlier in my exhaust manifold repair, loose bolts on that side of thing. Once those got loosened up, you can actually, I think if you can hear it, there's a high-pitched squeal. It sounds like basically a good old-fashioned like a oil belt, like a serpentine belt that needs to get lubricated, or basically like a bad pulley in the serpentine belt system. So what it actually is, and the way we're able to diagnose it, is that it only occurs once the car gets warmed up. And then secondarily, if we take a look at the engine, car's not running right now, and I have the snorkel out. So this is the snorkel, fits right there. Okay, and that's held on by two 8mm bolts, one there and one that actually goes in the side here, goes in. One that I pulled out has a washer on it, one doesn't, so I'm not quite sure there. Then the short snorkel, okay, and that goes down and mounts into the air box right there. It's basically just a press fit. As we can see, there's just a couple of just press fit kind of slip. There it is. Just a small little clasp that kind of fits down in there. So that kind of wiggles out. So we'll set that aside. But getting back to it, here is the diaphragm that sits inside the oil separator box and oil filter housing. And that is notorious on the P1 platform for tearing after so many miles. Mine's at 109,500. I actually picked this car up at 109.2, and it was already doing it. Wasn't quite sure what it was, but the one thing you can, once the car's warmed up, if it is squealing at idle, you're sitting at the traffic light, you hear like squeak, 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 right? So what it also does is it allows the PCV system, it allows air into the crankcase, and if you open the oil fill and pull it out, you get a whoosh, you get a release, because there's so much pressure that builds up in there. Over the long term, that will actually damage your cam seals, and you'll have to replace those. So we're getting to this right now. I refer you to the IPD website. Check out their YouTube channel, and you'll be able to actually see a demonstration of that crankcase pressure as it builds up, that negative pressure, and how it goes in. So where we're at right now is we're in front of the vehicle. We're on the passenger side, and what I'm going to show you is right down here. So what I've got is behind the oil filter, which is underneath my putty knife, is the PCV diaphragm and separator. And there's basically the air intake bracket right there that's kind of in the way, and a small tube that's kind of in the way. But what I have done is there's a small flange on the housing, and then a cap, and that cap is press fit, just a snap-on cap. So I have a putty knife Underneath, I've been able to get it in between the flange on the housing and the cap. And we're going to actually then take a screwdriver and use the screwdriver underneath the putty knife and get it to lift up and pop off. So let me put you down right here. I should be able to get a little pressure fit there. And get my light set up there. And I'm going to get under here with a screwdriver. And we're going to go underneath the putty knife. And I want to be a little bit shorter, but let's see if we can do this. And using the blade of the screwdriver and the putty knife as leverage. Let's see if we get this up. Take your time, be gentle with it. Don't want to break anything. And let's see if we get a little bit more spacing in there. Let's see if I can get that in there. Get a little bit of movement there. Let's see if we get a little bit more. Little tight confines. There is a video out that actually shows how to remove the air box. That's like a tedious chore, and it's actually a pain in the rear. Some videos actually say that you actually have to raise the engine slightly in order to get the box to come out of the housing. So strangely enough, not quite sure why they designed it like that, but at least you can get to the oil filter. Now let's see if I can get this to just pry up. Again, take our time. It wants to come, but it's not quite getting there. Let's see if we can get under that right there. This putty knife might be a little too flexible for what I'm trying to do, but maybe not. Let's see if I can get them both together. Let's see if we get a lift. Nope. All right, so this is going to take a little bit. Let me come back with you. Oh, tell you what, try to get it off. Let's see if we can work with this here. Flange. Oh. So we got it. That hose is flexible, so that's not holding it on there. I just need to get underneath that housing. Let's go back to the putty knife. damage that. Just take your time with it. Once you get it started, be in good shape. Move that hose up a little bit. See if we get it to stay up there. All right, we're in. All right, now let's see if we can get the leverage we need. Okay, get the screwdriver in under for some strength. There we go. There we go. All right, all right. Not quite. All right, basically it's like getting under that flange. All right, let's keep working. Small PCV tube. It's rigid, but it's connected down to the underside of the mass flow air sensor, so it's okay. A little bit shorter screwdriver, maybe, but let's see if we keep working with what we got. Get that right under there. Still doing all right, just being a little bit of pain. So we use that oil filter housing as leverage. Get the screwdriver right back up there. Come on, baby. Oh, I think we have. In the wedge. In between that flange. It's not a very large lip on it, so a little bit shorter screwdriver might be able to help, but let's see if we get it to pop off. Come on, big boy. Let's see, do I have... Here it comes. Oh, that's not going to be happy. But we did get it up. Now the question becomes, okay, oh dear. Okay, so we did get it popped up, so we are good. However, my putty knife fell into the pan. Let me see if I can find it without having to take the belly pan off, which I'm hopeful of. Kind of somehow knew that might happen, but oh dear. All right. Okay. Well, that's going to require my metal finder. Can't see it. All right. So in any event, let's take a look-see real quick. Get this set up for you. All right, so using it with some patience, we were able to get the separation there on the flange, okay? And then we'll just go in by hand and see if we can get it to lift off. Put the screwdriver down. Let's not drop the phone. Let's go around the side of it here. It's up against that. There we go. I'm just going to work my way around. There's this little map sensor PVC. I'm just going to work our way around this way. There is a spring under here, not a very large one. Let's see if we can get this to pry. Come on, baby. Let's just work it by hand here. Yeah, the manifold sits right on top of it. Oh, here it comes. I remember seeing that on the back side of this is just a small little tab. Don't think it has much to do with anything other than just kind of like a positioning tab. So let me see if we get this out of the way. And so what I'm doing is I'm just working around with my fingers. Keeping that small